you have a story to tell? Do you know anybody who travelled in an ambulance to Cork? Do you know anybody who died as a result of the continuing denial of 24/7 cardiac care to the southeast of Ireland? We need these interviews, we need these videos to put them online, to put pressure on the powers that be to grant this life-saving service to the 500,000 people of the southeast. Last year the Minister announced the allocation of a pittance to further the cause of 24/7 cardiac care. It was reported in the newspapers as though it had actually happened. There are people who still believe it has actually happened. It hasn't happened. 24/7 cardiac care is not available in the southeast of Ireland.
I had a heart attack at home and I was brought out to UHW and they stabilised me there and said I needed to go to Cork and put me in the ambulance. I wasn't very well on the way up and had to be resuscitated on the journey. The journey was long and it was very scary for my family because being out of town and worried in case I wouldn't get there in time.
I know two people that something happened out of hours. One survived, one didn't because of the delay.
What were the situations there?
One had a heart condition and she didn't know it, and she just collapsed on a Friday night and was brought to Cork, but she didn't make it to make Cork. And the other one I'd rather not talk about.
The niece, I think it was 2 years ago, only before she got into Arkeen, before 5, she would have been dead.
October bank holiday weekend 2014, Sunday, had a heart attack and had to go down to University Hospital in Cork in the back of an ambulance, being pumped with morphine and that kind of thing. Had a stent. Because I was in the back of the ambulance, so I was in a fair bit of pain. But I mean, I do remember at one stage near Youghal there was a bicycle race or something, and the ambulance had to beep everybody out of the way because there was hundreds of guys on bicycles on the road and stuff.
There's money for everything in this country. Thousands of millions can be given to all and sundry. Our ministers can visit foreign countries and give them 50 million and 100 million. Why can't they give the 500,000 people in the southeast the pittance that is required to make 24/7 cardiac care a reality?
Well, I had a heart attack last year, so back last October. I went in on a Tuesday evening, and at 7 o'clock they kept me overnight. They were consulting Cork in the meantime to see what would they do, would they bring me to Cork or not. So it was kind of nick or nothing really, whether they'd try me to bring me down to Cork or not. So it did mean they were going to bring me on the road to Cork. So it didn't happen. They actually put it in the end anyway, and got it in the next morning. So
I do. One of the fellas I worked with in the Glassford, last year, he had I think he got a stroke, or else they couldn't care for him in Arkeen, and he got a stroke on the way. But if the cardiac care had to be there, he probably would have been all right,
If you have a story, please come and talk to us. We film every couple of months all over this region. We put out videos, we tell the horrible stories, because that's the only way we have of pressurising this government into granting the southeast of Ireland the same service that is available throughout the rest of the island. If you have a story, please come and talk to us.
In the hospital, she had a heart attack. She was actually working in the kitchen, and that's bringing her to Cork because it was 6:10.
I've heard of numerous people over the last number of years.
A relative.
And where did they come from?
From Waterford, Arkeen, and they were brought, lucky enough, it actually was a weekday, but they were sent to Cork, a stroke. Got it cleared and was back down in Arkeen in about 4 hours. Good outcome.
Well, I live in an elderly kind of state in Tramore, so I know a lot of people constantly having to go up to Cork. Sure, anything could happen to them, and it's too long away. It's not enough time.
There's a good few of my friends now over the last 2 or 3 years that have been transferred to Cork, and I know one chap in particular that died in the ambulance going down.
We have received an excellent reaction here at Waterford today with some some sad stories, but that's what we're here for. We're here for the sad stories. We need to tell these stories to shame this government into granting us the same service that is available in every other part of Ireland, except to the 500,000 people in the southeast.